Hey, howdy, and a big welcome back to Clemhawks, everybody. I'm Yak, ready to take you through yet another Minnesota Twins live stream here. I just got to pull this up so as I can dandily do the comments section, but we are up and we are running for what will be another great game here for the Minnesota Twins, hopefully today. Usually when we start off the live streams by, how do you say this, by starting at the start, usually good things happen, but for the Twins, last night, not such a great result against the Orioles, and now we got to hope today we can go out there and get a good result against a division opponent in the Chicago White Sox, who are 34 and 37 on the season, sitting currently third in the Central Division. Dylan Bundy will go to the mound for the Minnesota Twins, rocking that 4.71 ERA and hopefully continuing to bring it down here over the next little bit for us. He's been stellar in the past couple of starts, so hopefully that continues. And today against Johnny Cueto, whose 3.33 ERA will go tested up against Bundy's with a 2-4 record. Of course, for the White Sox, leading the way, Luis Robert. That one always tricks me up. He has got it going as a 38 RBI man. Byron Buxton, 38 RBIs himself. Buxton, 21 homers to the team leader in homers for the White Sox, Jose Abreu, who's only got 9. Luis Arraez has the batting average edge over Vaughn, who's batting .300. You've got Joe Ryan, one win less than Dylan Cease. And then you've got Dylan Cease, who is absolutely mowing down hitters this year. 125 strikeouts on the season. Are you kidding me? Wow, all right. And Liam Hendriks, the closer for the White Sox, up there with 16 saves on the season. So far, these two teams have only faced each other once, and it's been a pretty productive go for the Minnesota Twins. A 2-1 victory on the 22nd of April, followed up by a 9-2 victory on the 23rd, followed up by a 6-4 victory for the sweep on the 24th of April at home in Minneapolis. And that was a solid get-go for the Minnesota Twins, that is for sure. That was a big series victory that kind of catapulted what has been the past little bit here for the Twins, and over the month of May and June and now into July, where the Twins are looking for their third win in 4 tries here in July. That would be a steady go get as well. The game's scheduled to begin at 6:10 this evening, so that's another key point if you're just wondering why I'm blabbering on here for no apparent reason, is we do have to wait for this game to get underway. That said, let's quickly go take a look at the Minnesota Twins and what they've been up to here as of late, because the Twins, they've been, like I said, winners of 2 out of 3, taking the series victory against the Baltimore Orioles so far in this month of July. However, they still sit atop the AL Central with 45 wins and 37 losses. Behind them, 2.5 games, are the Cleveland Guardians at 40 and 37 on the season. Both teams have 3 losses in their last 5. However, the White Sox winners of 4 of their last 5, only falling once to the Angels in the last 5, 4-1. And pretty much, well, they've been scoring runs. 13 against the Giants, 5 against the Giants, 1 against the Giants there, 1 against the Angels in that loss, and then 11 against the Angels. So this White Sox offense all of a sudden picking up and getting going. So something to watch for there as well. But we go over to the Minnesota Twins stats. Quickly break these down. Right now, of course, you've got yourself team leader in hits is Luis Arraez with 89. Lead in doubles is Gary Sanchez with 18. Of course, he's had some pretty good power numbers for the Twins so far this season. In the home runs, it's Buxton, and then followed up by Sanchez, Correa, and Polanco. In the RBI department, you've got Polanco and Buxton up there at the top, 37-38. Kepler 35, Sanchez 34, and Urshela with 33. And then in only 58 games played, you've got Carlos Correa with 29. So this Twins team, they have been just, I want to say all month of June, they'd get 2 or 3 batters up to the plate extra than they should have twice an inning or twice a game, and that was really it after the 3rd inning most games. So for the Twins, if they could start lining up and knocking down runners every single inning for a couple innings in a row, those RBI numbers would only grow. I am telling you that for sure. And then, of course, the strikeouts have been a big problem for the Twins as well. Talk about your top dogs. Buxton with 71, Sanchez with 70, Blanco with 60, Correa with 58, Larnach with 57, Jeffers with 53, Urshela with 47, Gordon with 43, and Max Kepler with 41. That's a lot of strikeouts there in a lot of at-bats, right? That for Kepler is 1 in 6 at-bats, I guess you could say, this season, but still then via the strikeout guaranteed, 160 or 16.7% of the time. That's a little bit of a problem for the Minnesota Twins when he's only getting on base 23.7% of the time via a hit, I guess you could say. His on-base percentage is up at 346, so I guess that's a big help. He does take a lot of walks too, so leading the team in walks, I do believe, with 37. So let's not crap too much on Max Kepler, I guess, and let's get to what else we need to know about the pitchers and such. Right now, it was an impressive outing yesterday from Giovanni Moran, and it does not look like these numbers are updated with yesterday's game. That's actually what I'm looking at, is it does not look like these numbers are updated, so pardon me, these are yesterday's numbers still, but Moran all the way down to a $1.23 ERA as far as I know from remembering last game, so that's a good get for the Twins to have a reliever that's played in 11 games and has only surrendered a $1.23 ERA in 15 innings? Can't complain about that too much. However, we are now 3 minutes. I'm giving you the 3-minute warning before this ball game gets underway, so run, take a chance, go get your bathroom breaks in, whatever you got to do. And yeah, that's where we sit. So, my friends, welcome to Clemhawks. I'm Yak. My pleasure to have you along this evening for what is another Minnesota Twins live stream. Like I mentioned, it is going to be a great time to hopefully see the Twins take on a division rival and make a big statement victory happen, because the Twins desperately need that if they want to have a chance to try and get things going here down the stretch in July towards the All-Star break. So for the Twins, a victory against a division opponent would be a stellar situation to find yourself in, that is for sure. And as we currently sit too, I did not give you updated numbers, so I will give you updated numbers before we begin this live stream. Of course, the reason we've been live streaming as much as possible is to try and get Clem back to the monetized land on YouTube here, and currently sitting 4,000 hours is the goal, minus 2341, 1,659 hours away from the goal. Today, we would like to try and chop that below 1650, so there's a long ways to go. So if you do take that bathroom break at any mentioned time, think about just leaving the stream on, setting the phone down, setting the laptop to the side, whatever you got to do, the tablet, whatever, and hopefully we can get ourselves going with some watch time here on the live stream and crush things off for Mr. Clem. Of course, I'm not the guy you're watching all the time. Clem is the man of the channel, and hopefully he can get himself a good post game tonight for the Minnesota Twins. That's what we're hoping. And of course, that comes with 9 innings against the White Sox, plus any extras should they be needed to try and rally up the troops this evening. So folks, that's really it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop last night's post-game review, because we have that available to us here if we need it, and we will do it right now. Where do we got it? Boom. Go down here, and that's live Twins. Smeltzer gives up 3 homers. That's the one I want. Thank you, Tyson. Good job, Yak. Got it going. And let's go see if I can't get ourselves the post-game recap here, as we'll go click this over here, post-game from last night. There you go. Post-game recap is posted in the comment section if you folks want to just take a peek at that prior to the first pitch getting underway. But now 6:10, 7:10. Sorry, I'm out in Mountain Standard Time, so folks, pardon me if I mess up by an hour's time for you watching back home in Chicago or in Minnesota. I will mess that up a couple of times, but 7:10 Central Time, first pitch for the Minnesota Twins tonight, who will come to bat for the top half of the first here momentarily against Johnny Cueto of the Chicago White Sox in this matchup. So that is what we're looking for, is a good outing from Dylan Bundy. Every outing I've done here on YouTube for Dylan Bundy has been stellar so far, so we're hoping it continues once again today for for Dylan Bundy against Johnny Cueto, and that would be stellar if we could get that. That is for sure. So folks, Buckle up. First pitch is just moments away. The Twins averaging 4.43 runs per game. The White Sox averaging 4.14, but things have kind of elevated here for them over the past couple of games. The Twins and White Sox a virtual dead heating and batting average. The Twins have the advantage in home runs by 24, and the Twins' ERA is lower than the White Sox by a solid 35 points. 35? I was going to say 36, but it is 35 points that it is lower by. So folks, welcome in. I'm Liak. We are just waiting for the live tractor to update and get things going here with this ballgame. And of course, like I said, every time I touched the cat upstairs while I was grabbing water, touched my face, and away we go with cat allergies now, as we will be ready to rock for a great evening of baseball here between the White Sox and the Minnesota Twins. So what else do we got? Not much. Missed the hole. All right, what else do we know about this game? Is there anything else I can find for you? I guess potentially I could find you the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins today. I think you'd appreciate that. So let me go get that for you, as we are going to go here. And so they have returned Trevor Megill from his rehab assignment. So Megill is back up with the Minnesota Twins, and Juan Minaya has been optioned for release or assignment. All right. And pitched 3.1 scoreless innings with 4 strikeouts for the Twins in the 2 appearances. So it's DH Arise, center fielder Buxton, Correa at short, Kepler, Polanco, Kirilov, Miranda, Urshela, and Jeffers rounding out the lineup. So that is your starting lineup today for the Minnesota Twins, who will see what happens here as top of the first. Already, just like that, Luis Arise doubles to center. And my friends, we are off and running with Byron Buxton with runners in scoring position just a couple of pitches into the ball game. Don't mind that. That was a quick little start there. I tried to find a lineup, and the Twins were busy hitting extra bases. So Luis Arise gets that batting average going up early in this one. You like to see that. That's a solid good. And now Luis Arise back over that 345 threshold for a batting average. So that's a good go for Arise, and we stand those doubles, because when he gets extra bases, that mighty helps the Twins, because they got to really try and get a little bit more, I wouldn't say production, but a little bit more out of their guys that have already been producing, right? Buxton's been producing too many strikeouts. Arise, obviously singles are helpful, but a little bit of extra base power wouldn't hurt his cause. And then, of course, everybody else, a little bit of what they're good at wouldn't hurt their cause at all. However, it looks like Byron Buxton just popped out to the catcher. So there you go. That's it. That's all she wrote there for the first out of the inning. Buxton is out. And now you got Correa stepping up, looking for RBI number 30 on the season, trying to do what he does best and drive in runs in the 3 spot. Batting .294, 9 homers on the year, facing Johnny Cueto, who's already gotten 1 out in this game, giving up a hit. So we didn't even have to wait for a second batter to try and break up the no-hitter. Luis Arise did that right out of the gate, and hopefully Dylan Bundy can hold on to a no-hitter at least for the first inning and allow the Twins to go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom half and get right back on the bats right away. But there's unfinished business. There's still a runner at second base. You get your second at bat with runners in scoring position right here, right now. Third batter into the ball game, and Carlos Correa, the man, looking to try and get things going for the Twins here. He's taken the first 2 pitches of the at bat for a ball, and that will push the count to 2-0 and allow Correa to have himself a little bit of a comfier swing in the box here and see what he can do with it is kind of the big part now. For Carlos Correa, he's got to really start stepping it up. I think if you're saying for a $35 million man, you'd like to see a little bit more production from Correa. Obviously, the 300 batting average ain't really a bad thing at all, but I expected more power numbers when he signed with Minnesota, and maybe now over the past couple of weeks starting to double up the homers compared to where they were at the start of June. Maybe not a bad thing for him to get comfy with it and start swinging it really well. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that front, but hopefully it starts coming through the way the Twins have hoped it would. And now a taken strike there will give Correa a 2-1 count. And for Johnny Cueto, he's already thrown 9 pitches to start this ball game, only gotten an out, and is in a 2-2 count after a foul ball against Carlos Correa here for the White Sox in the top half of the first inning. Of course, that man Luis Arraez still standing up there at second base, trying to cash in himself on a base hit either by Correa or the next guy in the lineup, Max Kepler, who will have the matchup advantage against Cueto, but now pushed to a 3-2 count, and this is exactly where Correa would love to have it. Just get on base either way, whether via the walk, whether driving in a run via a single, whether driving in a run via a double, triple, or a home run, whatever you want to take. If Correa can get aboard, that is going to be a big get for the Minnesota Twins here, and obviously this is the big thing too. Correa walks on a full count, so there you go. You got runners at first and second with 1-0, but the Twins are still in danger of doing what they've done all too often here in the past couple of weeks. Is yes, they've got Arraez on, Buxton's out, Correa's at first, now you got Kepler up at the dish, but if he grounds into a double play, it's only 4 up, 3 down, which has been so typical of the Minnesota Twins. Nothing doing for damage when they get guys on, usually just quietly guys in, quietly guys off every single time. And that's what Max Kepler is trying to change right here in this at-bat for the Twins, is he's trying to go out there and really turn things around, and hopefully for the Twins here in July, which has been a struggle all month of June. So hopefully he can be a guy who produces a base hit, gets that batting average up, maybe hits a home run or maybe hits a RBI that gets the job going. And folks, it looks like company is here, so I'll run you through this Kepler at bat, and then we'll tail off and head on out as supper has arrived here in the household. If you can't hear the dogs freaking out via the mic, I have my apologies, but you're missing quite a show up there, that's for sure. So we find ourselves just waiting for a result in this Kepler at bat, now 0-1 after a foul ball, and hopefully a situation where Kepler, like I said, can take advantage and get himself a ball that does some damage for the Twins, gets something going and gets things rolling here, as Kepler will take strike 2, a slider on the outside half that bit into the zone from Johnny Cueto here, and it's top of the first. 1 runner on first, 1 runner on second, nobody on third, and 1 out in this inning. And I had much higher hopes for this live stream after my ball game was canceled, but now currently a 1-2 count for the Twins cleanup hitter, Max Kepler, batting 4th in the lineup today. And of course, it would be a big get for the Minnesota Twins if they could come out of this inning up 2 or 3 runs against Chicago and try and get things going. So just waiting for this at-bat to finish up, and then I will head on out, and you guys can have a good, I had a rough go making some words today. You guys can have a great night and enjoy the ball game. Unfortunately, without me this evening, just as the stream's really popping off. Hi everybody, welcome. I promise you we're going to get a full game stream in here sometime. It's just hard with the ball schedule, and of course living a busy life, doing 2 YouTube channels and working full time, and then trying to make room for family in between. But we currently find ourselves in a 2-2 count with Kepler and Cueto, and Kepler will foul this one back just when we don't need a long prolonged at bat. Kepler's out here doing damage, taking pitches, and now pushing Johnny Cueto up over 18 pitches if he wants to try and minimally get out of this top of the first. So we're finding ourselves just waiting for that result. Kepler against Cueto with Correa and Arraez on the bases, and now Kepler will take a ball and load up the count. And do you get the hit and run on here? Do you get the hit and run on up in a full count 3-2? I don't know, man. That's a big question for Rocco Baldelli right out of the gate, is if you're running the hit and run first things first right out of the gate on a Monday evening against the Chicago White Sox. I don't know. Big gutsy call there coming up if they decide to do it. But Kepler looking to cash in 2 runs. He'll foul another ball back, so I assume that was probably a hit and run. I'm not sure. But for Cueto now pushed up to 19 pitches in the game. Mr. Max Kepler taking ball after ball after ball and strike after strike after strike. He's now run this count to 8 pitches deep, and that's quite the interesting go there. And I'd like to just get that result from him so as we can call things done and dusted and I can go for dinner, because it is interesting enough that that was a high outside fastball in the zone. Max Kepler could have done some real damage with that if he would have gotten a hold of it, but unfortunately nothing to be. And those 2 balls, the last 2 balls of the count, were really sketchy against Kepler, eh? And it will instead load up the bases or something here, as this one's in play for Max Kepler, and now you've got runners on everywhere. Kepler walked on a full count, so it's Arise and Correa to second and third. So folks, unfortunately, that's it for me. We'll talk to you in a little bit, and we'll be up on out of here, and we'll see what happens in the postgame. Thanks for tuning in, and my apologies.